You absolutely don't need to spend a lot of money to dress well. And that's never been truer than today with sites like eBay, who I'm delighted to be working with in today's video. If you've followed my content for any amount of time, you'll know I'm all about getting value. That doesn't mean spending as little as possible for the sake of it. It means getting high quality, meaningful pieces from some of my favourite brands, but just at a much better price because they're pre-loved. So today I want to show you some incredible outfits made up of pieces I found on eBay. And I'll tell you how I found them, what search terms and filters I used, so you can use the same when you're looking for your next purchase. By the way, for reference, I'm 5'10", around 140 pounds, and I typically wear a 29-inch waist. Let's get into it. Alright, I want to start off by showing you one of the most popular pieces in menswear this winter, an A2 leather jacket. This is the Schott 184 SM, which is the OG of A2 jackets, made in the USA of high quality leather, either cowhide or horsehide. And keep in mind that these retail for over £1,000, but through eBay I was able to pick it up for just over 150, an absolutely crazy bargain. And because it's vintage, the leather is so beautifully soft and broken in. I particularly love how this brown colour fades over time. But I'm not special or lucky to have gotten this. Any of you can easily get the same kind of deals. The best way to find jackets like this for a good price on eBay is to minimize your search terms. Don't type Schott 184 SM, it's too specific. Just search Schott leather jacket or even A2 leather jacket. Then change the condition to used and filter by size as well. This one is a size 40. There are several ones sitting on there right now which I could have got, but no matter which brand you go for, the A2 style flight jacket is absolutely timeless, and if you get one, I don't think you'll regret it. Next up, eBay is without a doubt one of the best places to get yourself a suit. It's an absolute treasure chest of used and vintage suits, like the one I'm wearing here. This one is a gem, 100% wool, double-breasted with peak lapels, and true high-waisted pleated trousers. It's probably from the 80s or early 90s and has that classic shape of that period, which also happens to be very popular again now in menswear. To buy this new would have cost you in the region of hundreds of pounds. However, this one from eBay cost me just over 50, if you can believe it. Not only is that unbelievable value given the material used and all the extra details, but also leaves plenty in the bank for adjustments if you need to take it to a tailor afterwards to get that perfect fit. I did a simple search for grey woolen suit and then filtered by my waist size, and this one immediately popped out at me. I'll be able to wear it to dressier events such as weddings, parties, and even wear it casually like I am here with a simple t-shirt underneath. Super happy to have this one in my rotation. Something I've banged on about for years is how much I love balmacans, and eBay is thriving with them. Really nice ones as well. Here I have this charcoal grey balmacan made of 100% wool. A coat like this would likely cost you somewhere in the thousands if you were to buy it new from a boutique store. This one was just £100, and look how nice it is. The balmacan is my favourite type of coat, very similar shape and vibe to a regular overcoat, but with raglan sleeves. This makes them drape so much more naturally over the body, making them much easier to wear casually like I am here with some jeans and a t-shirt, but they work very well when dressed up too. And of course, when you get one made of wool, it's super toasty and warm, perfect for the winter weather. I couldn't do an eBay video without talking about Carhartt jackets because it's one of the best places to buy them. I have many of them, but this is one of my favourites that I picked up a few years ago. It's actually from the women's range, so the colour is a bit more rare, and it's got a slightly different kind of lining, which I actually prefer. But the fit is basically identical to the men's, perhaps a touch shorter, which actually really suits me. I've set up a saved search on eBay specifically for used Carhartt jackets, so I can very quickly check what's available whenever I want. Doing it this way saves a lot of time, especially if you're regularly checking for new listings. And that's how I was able to get this one at a decent price. Carhartt Detroit jackets are timeless, well made, and go well with everything. And the vintage ones are always the nicest. Another thing I love to buy is knitwear, and I've got a lovely example here from eBay. This is a thick gauge, heavyweight cardigan in a ribbed knit that's probably from the early 90s. There's something about vintage knitwear that is just so special. It feels like so much care went into creating them, and although this is only made of cotton, it could easily be mistaken for wool due to how hefty and warm it is. The yarn is a mix of green, brown and yellow colour. The brass YKK zipper goes up really high given that funnel neck look, which is essential for the colder weather we're currently getting here in the UK. And I love the shorter length fit on it as well. It gives my outfits great shape and allows me to layer it underneath some of my short length jackets if needed. Again, this is the type of piece that would be quite pricey if bought new, so it's absolutely ideal to get one secondhand. Alright, here's a style that's quite new to me, an M43 jacket. And yes, I do believe it's the M43 and not the more popular M65 or M51. They're all very similar to be honest, only some subtle differences. The main thing about the M43 is that it's a button up rather than a zip up. This particular one is definitely vintage. I'm not sure what year, but it's got some beautiful wear to it. eBay is incredible for old military pieces. I've picked up so many over the years. I decided to get this one because it's just a total classic and I've seen people wearing them very well, both casually and a bit more dressed up, so it's something I wanted to try. I was surprised by how thick and heavyweight this was as well, so it should actually end up being a decent jacket for winter. Let me know if any of you guys have this jacket and how you like to style it. A lot of pieces I've shown today are quite winter focused, but don't forget spring is just around the corner. And what's better than a denim jacket in spring? Especially if you get a used one like I have here, which is for classic Lee Storm Rider by the way. I picked it up from eBay for an absolute steal. If you just do a quick search for pre-loved denim jackets, you're bound to find lots of similar examples. I love to buy my denim pre-loved because you get these wild fades from years of wear. And the denim is also just a lot softer and more comfortable. This Lee one is great because it has the inner lining, which gives that extra bit of warmth and comfort. And the corduroy collar is a lovely touch and gives off that Western vibe, which I've also accentuated by wearing this vintage Western patterned shirt. I also got this one off eBay. Like the jacket, it has some lovely age to it. The flannel material is extremely soft and it has a bit of fading and bobbling, which adds character to it. A timeless look for spring, in my opinion. So there's a bunch of beautiful items I've managed to pick up from eBay. Shopping pre-loved to get deals and find unique items is something that excites me so much. I'd love to know some of the items you've got recently or are hoping to pick up. Let us know down in the comments. Thank you again to eBay for sponsoring this video. But anyway, as always, thank you very much for watching and I'll see you next time. Ta-ra.